Small pipes delivery to Block Gamma in Chernokamensk. Hello there everybody and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. Today we're driving our Western Star 6900 TwinSteer in another episode of SnowRunner, where we're going to be running through a little bit of snow and over some ice roads, and we're going to pick up a couple of small pallets of small pipes, and we're going to deliver them to the Block Gamma fuel processing plant in the Amur Petroleum Company contract. Now, it's going to take a little bit to get there, but it's going to be an awesome drive. I haven't driven the TwinSteer now since the beginning. I think it was season 1 where we picked it up. I'm not quite sure on that, but I never really cared for it when I first got it, and then throughout the seasons I tried it here and there, and it's starting to grow on you. Now, it's a little bit different driving the TwinSteer because it's so long. It's got a 4 cargo slot flatbed on the back, and we're going to need it because at the Block Gamma, if you look on the right hand side, the top delivery is a large pipe, and that's a 4 slot cargo. Now, this is the only truck that I can think of that we have that holds 4 slots. Otherwise, you'd have to pull a trailer into that area. And once we get there, you'll understand why we're using the TwinSteer. A trailer with a vehicle might be a little bit too long, but we'll see when we get there. Now, as we're coming along here, you have to try, don't forget about the off track. Take the corners a little bit wider than normal, and you got to try and keep the truck as level as possible because he really sways from side to side, which is one of the things that I didn't like about him at first. Now it kind of adds to the mystique of driving this big beast, you know. Now, just up ahead, right here, we're going to take a sharp left and we're going to go down the hill, and that's where you sometimes have a little bit of trouble because the mounds of snow on one side and the other, you know, they kind of let your truck rock back and forth. But that's okay. Just go slow and you're going to be okay. Now we're going to head down to that road down below, and where we're driving right now is the only part of any deep snow that we're going to see. Now I don't know how good the TwinSteer is in the rest of the deep snow because this is all we hit, and we're going to be on an ice road and a little bit of mud later, you know, so we don't know what he's like in the deep snow. But he does have chains on, and he's got all-wheel drive, and he's got a diff lock on 100% of the time, so we're going to do our best. Now as we come up here, because there's no traffic in SnowRunner, just you, I usually just go a little bit further on the road and then back it into the warehouse area because the loading zone is right near the front. Now, hopefully the OpenFed's gone far enough forward, and ooh, it looks a little bit tight. Maybe I should have gone a little bit further forward, but anyhow, we're going to give it a shot. It's all in the name of fun, really, you know, because this game is an absolute, it's fantastic to play. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. So as we're backing up here to the loading zone, now we're going to drop a couple of loads, twin loads of pipes for the TwinSteer. And then we're going to head her back out. Let's go, boys. Now let's go deliver them. And it's a pretty simple delivery. Drive down the road, get over to the Block Gamma part of the fuel processing plant and drop your pipes off, and we're going to be one delivery closer to finishing this contract because this is the second phase of the Block Gamma contract, and we're almost done with it. And when that's finished, that just puts us one step closer to the liftoff of the assembled rocket from the Hab hangar in Cosmodrome. But that's still a little ways away. So first we got to get these delivered. Now I usually go around this very first pole. It's a little bit harder, but that's okay because the left-hand side, that mud pit, is even harder, and it takes a little while. You get stuck in there. So I got stuck in there once, and that was all it took. I found a different route, you know, which is what you do in SnowRunner because not all routes are created equal. So As we're coming through here, boy, I tell you, what an awesome looking truck. Just gorgeous. Anyhow, we're gonna try and pull this through this mud pit and up over here to where there's a little bit less, a little bit of snow, maybe gives us a little bit better traction. Over here, yes, that's the way we got to do it. Now, when we're coming along here, there's a log part of the road, and that gives you even more traction. With this bigger truck, with the smaller ones, you bounce a little bit over top of these logs, but with this big truck, you don't really have any issues. So now we're putting them through its paces, just like we've been doing with the last few deliveries between the Avonhorn A15 and the Plaid 450 and the Kenworth 963. You want to see which trucks are the best to use in the game, and I find that those three that we're working with, plus the TwinSteer, the three are really good, capable trucks. And they have different layouts where you can get, you know, a crane with a flat deck or a long flat deck and a crane, and different things, more fuel, less fuel. They all got different pros and cons, the same as the TwinSteer. Now the TwinSteer doesn't haul any extra fuel that I can remember that I put on there. So we got a 360 liter tank. Yeah, that's going to be enough for us because we're not going that far, but if we were, I would normally put out a maintenance trailer with fuel capacity, or a fuel trailer or something to help you along. Just to kind of plan ahead, you know, so that you don't run out of fuel. So fuel doesn't have to be an issue if you pre-plan. Now the truck's got lots of power, and as long as you're on roads like this, you're okay. Now if the roads get a little bit tighter and the turns are shorter and smaller, then you might have a little bit of trouble, as we're going to find out when we get to the block gamma unit. Now this part here is still fairly straightforward. Logs, ice road, and we do have chains, something that the Kenworth 963, I might add, does not have. But the Kenworth has got a lot of other things, but it does not have chains. And every once in a while, if you don't have chains, there are roads in Amur that you cannot cross without them, even for the Kenworth. Then it doesn't matter how much power you got or how many cranes you got on the back. No chains, no pass. So keep that in mind. The Plaid and the Avonhorn, like the TwinSteer, all carry chains, which makes for a little bit easier crossing on the road. As you can see, even going uphill, there's no slipping and sliding. Now you can see the facility. Oh no, sorry, that is a warehouse on the left-hand side. And as we come along, get past here and go around the corner up there, then you'll be able to see the fuel processing plant. Now, with the processing plant, when you got to go in, there's a bunch of wooden barricades and wooden boxes and generally a lot of stuff laying around. And it's all breakaway except for the metal bars and wreckage that are on the sides. And every time when you leave the map, or when you shut the game down for the day and you turn it back on, that part of the game resets itself. So every time when you go in there, you get to break through all the barriers again. Now it might seem like fun, but you wait a few videos, you stick around, and you'll see when we deliver the large pipe that it isn't always as much fun as what you would want it to be. So anyhow, as we're coming up here, here's the entrance. We're turning into the right, and there again, take a nice wide turn so you don't have to worry about the off track. And as you'll soon find out, why we use the TwinSteer instead of a truck and a 4-slot trailer. As you can see, there's not a lot of room to get through here. There's those wooden barricades, and you just gotta, there again, like I keep mentioning, go slow, because speed kills, and you can get into big trouble over here if you go a little bit too fast. You don't want to be banging into those metal pipes either, because then you'll be sustaining damage, and that is something you really don't want to do. So here you might have to jockey it back and forth a few times, and that's okay. It's all for the sake of getting it in there. And like I said, don't try not to ram into those pipes. Yeah, it's a tight fit. I think we can do it in one shot. Yeah, come on, let's go. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna get by those pipes, but the back wheel is gonna hit. It's gonna hit for sure. Now we're gonna squeeze it through here. Anyhow, absolutely fantastic. The graphics are really good in this game, really great. And the gameplay itself is great, and the trucks are very responsive, I might add. So, you know, a real enjoyment, really, really good game. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a few tips and tricks along the way here, and I hope to see you back with the finishing of this contract. Until then, you've been running in the snow and over the ice roads in a Western Star 6900 TwinSteer with me, the OPA Fed.